Are you capable of doing cool things that can be shared on the internet and also like swords and would like some for free?
Free stuff!
Well, Sword Friends, something a little different here. This is not a giveaway. It is not a contest. Matt has the authority to potentially get you some free stuff from Darksword Armory based on his purely subjective opinions. No complaining allowed. So that is what this video is going to be about. It's explaining it. There are 5 stilettos from Darksword Armory and 1 Mother of Dragon's sword. They will be linked in the description down below that Darksword Armory will send out coupon codes for, or give me coupon codes for, which I will give to you that you can then use for free stuff there to promote the Mother of Dragons video that I recently put out, which I think is a really cool thing, and I don't want to deny Sword Friends an opportunity to get cool free stuff, so that is what this contest is going to be. What are the rules for the contest? Well, it's not a contest. I shouldn't use that. For legal reasons, it is definitely not a contest.
Definitely
it is a Sword Friends Got Talent, show me some cool stuff, and Matt will judge you purely subjectively and then potentially give you a coupon code for free things. That is what this is. So, cool stuff. I'm thinking maybe draw a picture of Yell at Darksword Armory slaying dragon with the Mother of Dragon sword, or do a cool cutting feat with a Darksword Armory sword that you own or some product from Darksword Armory. Do something cool Darksword Armory related. And the folks at Darksword Armory asked me to do a quick edit here, and I'm doing it this way to specifically call them out for being cool. They didn't want to limit people that don't own their products already or that don't like them. And I think it's doubly cool to take your critics and still give them a chance to get some cool free stuff. So the definitely not a contest is opened up to medievally sword kind of things that are cool in general. Now, I will say I will give you maybe some extra points for including Darksword Armory, though it is not a recipe to win. It definitely does have to be sword related, though. Not just medieval stuff. There's got to be swords. This is a channel about swords, so it includes swords in some way. But it's got to be cool. I appreciate them opening the audience up this way. They didn't want it to be a contest specifically for Darksword Armory or specifically to promote Darksword Armory, but just something that would be kind of cool, which I think frankly is. I think that gives them some cool points in my book. Back to the video. That is more or less it. Now, you know what you do that's cool. I don't want to limit the things, but I think pictures are easier to share online, videos of you doing cool stuff that I can share online. I also have to be able to share it, so keep that in mind as you're making your cool thing. You gotta send it to me, and I will look at it. My email can be found on YouTube. My Facebook contact is in the thing down below. You can contact me there with your cool thing that you can show me. So that's really it. It's just a more or less show me something cool that you think warrants getting you some free stuff. Again, there are 5 stilettos and 1 Mother of Dragon sword on the table here, and I will then make a follow-up video about the cool stuff, and you will be featured on the channel with the cool things. And again, the winner is purely based on my subjective opinion. No complaints are allowed. If you think your stuff is cooler, I can't blame you, but I'm the sole arbiter on who gets free stuff. That's it. Just, it could be a total fraud and I could only give it to my friends, or maybe I'm an honest guy and will legitimately give it to who I think is the coolest. You're just gonna have to trust me on it. Anyway, there are some caveats and rules that we need you to know. 1, no sob stories about why you should get a free sword. Valid and legitimate as they might be, they're not going to win here. 2, DSA gets a lot of hate already. I'm not going to ask them to give you free stuff if you're shitting on them. So playful ribbing is allowed, but outright flaming is not. 3, it's got to be something I can share on YouTube, so keep it generally family friendly, PG-13-ish as I am. No nudity, no blood, no gore, and don't hurt yourself. 4, no politics. 5, I'm not great at making rules, so I reserve the right to basically disqualify you for any reason that I think is appropriate or needed. That's about it. Don't do stuff that you shouldn't.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. All right, Sword Friends, cryptic and odd and vague as this is, I hope that it is enough to get you started on doing some cool stuff. I don't have a timeline in mind exactly yet, probably a month or 2, because that's about the timeline for my videos. Make some cool stuff. Send it my way. You can reach me in the contact stuff down below. If you have questions, put it down there. I will do my best to answer. That's all I've got for now, and I will come back when I have some cool stuff to share that all of you have made. Cheers. Thanks for watching.